when you get those plants out of the location, let's say that you've harvested the plants, 7 foot plants, what do you do from there? Are you bringing each plant back to your place? You putting it on your electric bike and and driving away, or what?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just I just get carrier bags and then I just chop branches like that and just chop them all the plants, just chop them into smaller pieces. Try label them up if I can, and obviously just fill all the bags up and then yeah, stick it in a trailer. It is a bit bait, like walking around. Like obviously I've got to do it at night. Obviously no one's going to be around where I am, whatnot. But then I'm there walking. But I had one time I ended up getting a lift and I'm walking with like 9 bags just over my shoulder, just walking to the car like we're just filled like proper sketchy. But yeah, no, it's definitely worth it.
Man, a lot of work come harvest season. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing I'm going to take on for this year is end up going to get some of them like round drying hang things. A lot of it I struggle to trim. I'm very, very allergic to the plant a lot. Like as soon as you get it out in front of me and I start breathing it in, I'll like get a rash and sneezing. My eyes are watering. Like I'm really, really, really badly allergic to it. So this year I'm going to make sure I've got a bowl trimmer, and then I'm going to wet bowl trim it all, and then I'm just going to put it all into bags and then bring it home and then have it there till dry and then finish.
That would probably make things a lot easier. And I know bowl trimmers have a bad rep, but I use it not on wet material. I think I might have tried it on wet material. I know there's like two different blades. One blade is for wet material, one blade is for dry material. But I usually let the plants dry and then I'll use it. It works pretty good for dense buds. It's the airy, fluffy stuff, which the bowl trimmer just kind of tears it apart, at least in my experience. So I don't really put airy stuff into bowl trimmer at all. But yeah, I can imagine that would save you a ton of time, and it would be a lot less that you have to bring back if you're doing a bowl trimmer on site during harvest and then putting it into bags and then just transferring that out of there instead of the whole plant with stems, branches, all that stuff, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot of more surface area. We've got all the other stuff. You cram it all in, it's a bit more safer. But obviously, from me doing experience, that's just these things. When the first time you do it, each year you just keep picking up on new bits as you go along and picking it up. So obviously, for my first year, I had to harvest like over 60 plants. A lot of them were males that first year, but I did 113. There was about 50, 60 males. So I didn't come up with nearly as many plants as I wanted to, but still bringing home 60 plants. It's a lot. It's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now, what do you do for drying and curing?
So obviously it's a skill. So the first time I've done it, I messed it up badly. I was going to be um, ended up doing it at like really late, like throwing that. Obviously, it was late at night. I decided to harvest the day before I was going to Wales to go mushroom picking, and I was up until like 3:30 in the morning, and we were supposed to leave at like 8 a.m. to go. So I was up just hanging it all up, and then I think I had one fan in that room, and I came back home after 2 days. And I checked my humidity gauge, and it was at 95. And I looked at the back, and there was just loads of bud rot, just fluff. The nugs were just all just covered in fluff. Some of them were right, some of them were bad, and it was sad to see. There's a lot to throw out, loads, man. Luckily, quite a lot of it was alright, and half the plants were still still at the spot finishing. Some of them weren't fully ready yet. Um, but now obviously I've got the experience because I'm not gonna lie. I guarantee if you got 10 guerrilla growers and gave them 60 plants to bring home and dry, I guarantee you only one of them would manage to do a somewhat decent job the first time. So for me, having that all and just going in like head first of it, it was a lot, but it's now taught me to do it better. So now, obviously, for this, like I said, I'm gonna bowl trim in the spot, bring it home, hang it all up like in the big round like 8 tier like things. Just try and get as many as I possibly can in the room. Make sure there's no fans blowing against it. Make sure I've got the humidity gauge and temperature in there. Make sure I've got my dehumidifier. Make sure I've got the dehumidifier now. It's quite humid here, so the dehumidifier is definitely needed, especially when you've got all of that flour. So just get that going, try and keep it 60-60, and then yeah, that's perfect really. And then obviously once obviously, because you've got so much flour, you want to get the black plastic tubs for curing. See, you could use groove bags, but I find with them groove Teflon bags, where you open the top thing, they can tear really easy, and like not very practical if you just spend like £10 on a bag and it just rips. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like, oh, so you're better off getting a tub like this. Obviously, you want to get one a little bit bigger, but just one with the lid that just comes off nicely. And obviously, that just keeps all obviously the thing. You obviously get bigger ones. You just whack the ball in there, and then obviously burp and whatnot, and then yeah, you'll finish it off like that.
This clip is brought to you by VivoSun. Use discount code MrGrow15 to save on any of their gardening products. Go to the full episode by clicking the outro card here, or click the link in the description section below. Catch you in the next video.